All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth, with Ben Jokes. Former military governor of Niger State and Senate President David Mark has spoken about the killings in his state, Benue. The cable reported him as saying, Benue attacks premeditated and organized. Premeditated and organized by who, David Mark? By who? You were a military governor of Benue State for many years, Senate President 2 terms, a top military officer retired. Surely you are not afraid of anyone. So who are these organizers? This is a matter of life and death. There is no need to pretend anymore. But even if you can't give us the names of these organizers, no problem. You go to your state, collaborate with the state governor and organize 2,000 jobless Idoma, Tiv, Agatu, and Igede youths. You should be able to get over 2,000 jobless youths easily from those ethnic groups. Then organize them and begin to defend your land. Stop shifting the responsibility to locals who can barely feed themselves. And few hours ago, reports broke out concerning suspended Senator Natasha. Gunmen stormed her house in Okene after they heard rumors that she visited. Obviously, she was absent, but the attack sparked wild reactions in Nigeria. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to that update on Tinubu's present location began making the rounds. We heard rumors yesterday that Nigerians in France were moving to invade Tinubu's home in France as the killings in Nigeria continued, and he didn't even say a word. We dispelled that report as mere rumors, only to learn hours ago that Tinubu had actually fled France to London, and Bayo Ononuga, his spokesperson, confirmed it. Before I show you details of these top stories and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you these videos. Watch this video of Benue State Governor Fake Reverend Father Alia. After seeing the nonchalance, the tactlessness and lack of zeal in this video, I wept for the people of Benue State. See the video.
These horrible, terrible fighters are in the front lines. They come and they kill any person, irrespective of ethnicity, on their way. So they kill them, all the residents run away, they go back a few weeks, and then they come in full-fledged for occupation. This is land grabbing.
State Governor Hyacinth Alia reacts. A suspected herders attack Otobi community of Otukpo local government, killing 11, injuring several, and burning down houses, leaving the entire axis in panic.
Yeah, we've lost 11 people. There are some villagers who are still missing. We're hoping that they will be found. Since last night, we deployed through the security heads, our security apparatuses who went to calm the situation down. So they are there. Earlier this morning before 5 a.m., the deputy governor was directed to move in, and this later part of the morning, the Homeland Security with the Commissioner of Police already on ground there.
The chief security officer of the state, who says security has already been deployed, appeals to residents not to panic.
I was in speak with the NSA last night. There were a number of elements we spoke about, and they're still going to respond to us to see how much they can up the protective gears for us, because it is quite deeply concerning when you come in there and then you kill so freely and then no one is apprehended, and then you move out and then you come and strike again. I think there's every need for all of us to stay on alert. As the NSA advisor just assured me last night again, they're going to put again in place in our support everything that requires to be done.
While consoling the families directly affected, Alia invited all residents to be alert and please provide information so that security can respond rapidly.
You heard him. First of all, it looked like he was being forced to speak on the insecurity issue because he has not been speaking for a very long time. This one looked as if they forced him to speak. Scores of people dying every day, and this is the governor's body language. Then he's still talking about that he spoke with National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, when it is obvious that nobody is coming to save Benue State. No military man is coming to save them. It is very clear, Benue and Plateau. The man was still speaking grammar. I think the likes of David Mark and Suswam have to step in to organize local security if they want to save that state. This governor is not ready to defend the people. We may argue about his complicity in the killings. We may argue about that, but there is one thing that we have to agree on. This man has failed as a governor and he cannot protect that state. In the next video, a former director of DSS, Mike Ejiofor, explains exactly what I am asking and what I have been asking David Mark and other retired military men to do in Benue State and Plateau State. See the video.
Politics, they say, is local. Security problems and solutions too are local. Using Borno and Rivers, for instance, where you have our oil resources, people vandalizing the pipelines, you don't expect to use the same application to solve our problems because they are two different things. So each state, each community, each local government must also adopt its own solutions to its own peculiar problems. How do we go about it? I think I will want to call on the federal government to critically look at this first line of defense. If we must, because you can't continue to do the same thing the same way and expect a different result. The reasons are this. If you go to communities, local governments, who have people who are retired, not doing anything, they should be involved in this first line of defense in providing information or intelligence to the regular services. Because first of all, we don't have the manpower. Both the police, the army, all combined, don't have the manpower to protect our citizens. So everybody must be involved. Some civilians, identified civilians, like retired military officers, get some people. Virtually every state has its own vigilante. Virtually all the states. So you begin to use these vigilante and groups, harness them, bring them together.
I love that. I love that video because when we ask the prominent men, in each state to organize the security outfits, we sound like noisemakers to some people. They will say it is not allowed. You can't do it. The situation has gone out of hand. Even Tinubu is not here. He's not even saying anything. You have to do the best you can now to protect your people. That is the only way out. A former DSS director, Mike Ejiofor, just told us in that video, the present DSS boss has told us we need to get up and defend ourselves. And the local line of defense must be sponsored by the state government and prominent members of each state. The army and police are not coming to save anybody. That one is already an established fact. They have told us that they don't have enough manpower, and we have also seen that even where the manpower is available, the political will is absent. So everybody must stand up for himself. Point blank, period. Now, let us look at the top stories. First is that attack on Senator Natasha's home in Okene after gunmen heard rumors that she was at home, that she visited. And next is that update coming out of Aso Rock confirming that Tinubu had actually left France to London. They made it look like he moved on his own, but no, that update actually confirmed rumors that Nigerians in France moved to invade Tinubu's house in France after the last terrorist attack on Plateau took place and he didn't say a word, and that was why he quickly fled to London. Let's start by taking that update on Natasha. Look at how the papers reported it. Breaking: gunmen attack Senator Natasha's family house in Kogi State amid claims that she visited. Armed men have launched an attack on the family house of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan in Obeiba, Ehima, Kogi State, in what appears to be a politically motivated incident. The assailants, believed to be targeting the senator herself, reportedly vandalized windows in her late grandfather's home before being repelled by a swift response from civil defense operatives and members of the local community. According to what Sahara reporters gathered on Thursday, the gunmen stormed the property on Tuesday night under the false assumption that Senator Akpoti Uduaghan was inside the house at the time of the attack. A statement from Senator's media team condemned the attack as a brazen and calculated assault, suggesting that the incident may be linked to her outspoken criticism of Senate President Godswill Akpabio, whom she recently accused of sexual harassment. The armed men, mistakenly believing the senator was present, vandalized windows in her grandfather's house, the statement read. Fortunately, security operatives swiftly responded and repelled the attackers. This calculated assault appears to be a direct response to Senator Akpoti Uduaghan's courageous stance against Senate President Godswill Akpabio. The media team further called on the Inspector General of Police to immediately reinstate her security details to ensure her safety. Senator Akpoti Uduaghan also shared her account of the harrowing event to Sahara reporters. 2 days ago, my younger brother took some contractors to my hometown in Ihima to inspect locations for upcoming projects I attracted to my senatorial district, she said. The unknown gunmen assumed I was the one in town and attacked my family house that night. Thankfully, the civil defense team and community members responded promptly and chased them off. A report was made at the police area command and no one was hurt. This is not a joke at all. The Nigerian political scene has now completely gone wild. Natasha has single-handedly thrown the scene into confusion. Perpetrators of this act should have a second thought though. All fingers point to Akpabio because it was he who withdrew her security details, but I am not even interested in name-calling on this matter. What I have to say is, if they introduce assassination into this political game they are playing, none of them will be safe. Because while you are planning Mr. A's assassination, some other persons will be planning your own assassination. May God protect Senator Natasha. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to that update from Bayo Onanuga began making the rounds. Tinubu suddenly, unannounced, impromptu, moved from France to London. Look at how the papers reported it. I am running Nigeria well from Europe. I have moved from Paris to London. Tinubu. Bola Tinubu said on Thursday that he has moved from France to London and is actively involved in governance and running Nigeria well from Europe. A statement by presidential spokesperson Bayo Onanuga on Thursday said, Mr. Tinubu has been overseeing critical national issues from abroad while assuring citizens that governance proceeds without interruption. Bola Ahmed Tinubu remains fully engaged in Nigeria's governance even though he is away in Europe, the statement read. It added, Tinubu left Paris to London at the weekend and has maintained constant communication with key government officials overseeing critical national matters, including directives to security chiefs to address emerging threats in some parts of the country. The statement said Mr. Tinubu will return to Abuja and resume his presidential duties at the Aso Villa after Easter holiday. Tinubu's commitment to his duties remain unwavering and his administration continues to function effectively under his leadership. It said this comes amid criticism that Mr. Tinubu has been on holiday abroad while Boko Haram bandits and gunmen raid Borno, Zamfara, and Plateau states, respectively. On Wednesday, Peter Obi, a former governor of Anambra and Labour Party 2023 presidential candidate, decried the heightened insecurity in recent times, berating Mr. Tinubu for being in France while Nigeria is on fire. Please, Nigerians in London, can you do the Lord's work? Can you do to Tinubu in London what Nigerians in France plan to do to him that made him, run away from France? I remember Reno mockery in that London protest where they surrounded Buhari's residence and the police came and they were asking the policemen, they said, if the Prime Minister of the UK is sick, that does he travel to other countries? And the policemen said, no. They said, okay, look at our own so-called president is here. He said he's sick and he's here in the UK. Does it make sense? And the police officer said, no, he said, that's why we are here peacefully, to force him back to Nigeria. And that was how they were left to protest. And that's exactly what I want them to do, to embarrass this man, to embarrass Tinubu in that London. How can you not utter a word about the killings in Plateau, Benue, and Zamfara? The last 1 week, over 144 people have been killed, according to Premium Times report. Yet the one who swore to defend them utters no word. What a shame. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. Matthias here says, this is what happens when power ends up in the hands of those who were never meant to have it. No vision, no accountability. That is it. Leadership is serious business, especially in a country like Nigeria that is bedeviled with so many ills. But these guys have turned it into an Owambe party. Very soon, you see the likes of Dele Alake and Gbajabi Amila going there to meet him, so that they can be feasting on the models in that country. And this tweet here by Just Start says, him they update to Nabidat. No words for the families that have lost loved ones in Benue and Plateau State terrorist attacks. Una see say una politicians no send una papa abi. Una still no get sense. Then go still give una 1,000 naira for 2027. Shey una go still praise them. Una mumu pro max. And Akinfo Shile Shola here says, this is really an insult to Nigerians. Killings everywhere, and he is proud of running the country from a foreign land. Well, that is what the people have bargained for. We can complain from now till tomorrow, but we have all the instruments in our hands to make and mar anybody in power. We are a country of over 200 million people, and I keep saying this. The people that have been destroying Nigeria since independence, in fact, since the 80s or 70s, if we add all of them together, they are not up to 50,000 people. And this is a country of over 200 million people. So if the people want to move the country forward, they know what to do. But tribalism, religious fanaticism will not allow the people to see road. So who else can you blame besides yourselves? I keep saying it, with the way things are in this country, where you can do however you like in public office and there is no accountability, there is no punishment, nothing. It will be extremely difficult for anybody to occupy a public office and do the right thing, because he knows that no matter how he embezzles or does the right thing, there is no punishment, no repercussion for his actions. So why should he take the pain of doing the right thing? If Nigerians want to get out of this quagmire, if they want to get this sinking ship up to the shore, if they want to rescue this country, then they know what to do. But until then, make I still enter town, make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una, na I dey here, so don't go away, don't go.